His girlfriend's on the naughty list, by the way. Whew.
Welcome to a very special episode of Intentional Lounging today. We are covering Week 16 of the NFL slate. We're going through all of the games, letting you know which teams have been nice and which teams have been naughty. We had a record of 9-8-1 last week. M5 Scrolls is still currently leading us in the weekly pick'ems. Noah Mercy still close behind him. Awards show. The award season has ended. If you did not vote, you are on the naughty list. We are going to be coming out with that, I believe, next Friday, the 29th, December 29th is coming out. Merry Christmas to you guys. First off, before we start, this will be about 4 days away when you're watching this. Merry Christmas from us. It's been a great year. For us, hopefully it's been a great year for you guys too. Shout out real quick to Sharps. Thank you to the guys over at Sharps. Use our code BETT269. That's BETT, B-E-T-T 269 over at Sharps. That's going to get you guys a promo code. See all the plays that we're making over there so you can see where we're personally putting our own money. Are you guys ready for a special Christmas episode?
Let's do it. Can't wait, man. We got Santa along for the ride. I mean, no better show than this one.
If anybody tells you that they're in their bag, no one's in their bag like we are this week. Guys, first game, we have the Saints heading to Los Angeles to face the Rams. Rams are 4-point favorites. Over-under set at 46. Ethan, what do you think about these two teams?
Well, it'd help if I was on the right page of notes here. Let me do the quick flip. Just checking out the naughty and nice list, not on the game notes here. Yeah. Rams -4 Thursday Night Football. Typically, it's tough to look at the traveling team on Thursday night for me, but I do kind of like the Saints here. LA is getting a crazy amount of the money. I saw 90% or even closer to 95% on LA. This line has not budged. So that's very telling. I do like the Saints. Both teams kind of fighting for a playoff spot at this point. As a biased Lions fan, I'm hoping the Saints win because Detroit clinches with a Rams loss or tie in this game. So hopefully they can clinch before they even play Minnesota this weekend. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know if I'm going to get there because I don't like playing on the team who has to travel, especially New Orleans to LA is a little bit of a distance there. So yeah, it's tough. New Orleans does have Tampa on deck as well. So the division's wide open. They're going to need to basically win out in their division. I believe they finish with Atlanta after that. The Rams just have the Giants on deck, so no look ahead spot for them. Yeah, if the money was even close to 50-50, I'd probably be all over LA. Since it's not and the line hasn't moved, it tells me New Orleans. LA probably wins this one by a field goal, but I think the 4 is just too many. So I'm going to lean New Orleans here. Over under 46. Both teams have been putting up points. I'll ride with the over, even though it's Thursday night.
Yeah, don't really like this game at all. I need the Saints to lose for my divisional parlay, which I, again, should probably just ignore because that thing's dead in the water, but it's still alive. So I'm an idiot. But I'm going to agree. I'm going to go with the Saints here at the +4. I think it's too many points. I think the Rams ultimately win it, but I do think it's going to be a field goal or less type of game. So I'm going to take the Saints. Again, the Rams are just super hot right now. They should have beat Baltimore 2 weeks ago and they lost in overtime with that punt return touchdown. And then, the Saints are just a middle of the tier team. They're coming off 2 wins, but they're against the Giants and the Panthers. So congratulations. My middle school team could beat those teams. Now they're playing a very good Rams team at Los Angeles. And again, the Rams are hot. So I think and Ethan just said public's very high on the Rams. So I think there's some value in the Saints here. Hopefully they don't win, but I would love if they could cover the +4 for the graphic. I'm going to take the under in this game. The over is extremely obvious. I mean, just looking at the Saints, their last 4 games have all gone over this number. The Rams are a very high scoring team recently. So I'm gonna risk around with the under. I think I know it's a primetime Thursday night game, which is usually screaming unders, but I think a lot of people are just going to see the recent games here and they're going to take the over. So I think there's some value as well with the under, but go Rams, but Saints, please cover.
Wyatt he's burying the lead a little bit here. His actual middle school team has comparisons to the 2000 Ravens. So that's not just your normal middle school team. Guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Saints won outright. I wouldn't be,
Yeah.
especially looking at this line. You're looking at I think Olave is back. You should have some pretty good offensive play. I'm going to go with the over, and I'm going to call for the Saints outright win.
Love it.
I don't think anybody's
Clinch that
expecting
playoff
it.
spot.
Christmas Eve, we've got the Bengals heading to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. Steelers are 2-point home dogs. Over-under set at 37. Wyatt, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, the sharp plays Pittsburgh. Without a doubt, the sharp plays Pittsburgh. I can't back this team anymore. This team sucks. How many times is Pittsburgh going to be a small either favorite or underdog at home just because, they're at home? This team sucks. Even if they're at home, this team sucks at home. So I'm going to take Cincy. -2. Jake Browning, the man. They've won, 2 or 3 in a row? I know it's probably square. I know it's probably public, but I can't back this Pittsburgh team, and they really don't play better at home. So taking the square side, taking the Bengals at the 2-point spread. I'm going to take the over here, 37 points. I don't have it written down, but just look at Pittsburgh's last couple games at home. This is not the Pittsburgh defense we're used to. This team is a shadow of their team of themselves the last couple of years. So their defense sucks. I like the over. I think Cincy can put up 4 touchdowns. I think Steelers can put up at least 14 points. So I'm gonna take the over, but going public and taking the Bengals.
Why does it worry you that Pittsburgh is starting a quarterback with the last name Rudolph?
Oh shit!
Ooh.
You talking about Denthead? Not worried about Denthead. Also, Rudolph's a little bitch.
Santa?
You watch your fucking mouth,
Anything to say
Wyatt.
about that? I mean, Wyatt basically said everything that I have to say. Pittsburgh are unbackable at this point. They just suck. It is the sharp play here, though, and it is the injured quarterback, but Rudolph has plenty of tape on him, so I really don't know what to do. I'm going to go with Cincy here. Something tells me Pittsburgh's going to probably win this game outright, but I just can't back Pittsburgh anymore. I tweeted it out this past weekend. They're a bottom 5 team. I stand with that. They're not good. Offensively, they haven't been good all year. Defensively, they're really not even that good. So I just don't believe in Pittsburgh at all. Cincinnati, their first game with Jake Browning was against Pittsburgh. That was their one loss with Jake Browning starting for them. They've won 3 since then. So bit of a revenge game here. Especially against Rudolph now. That was Kenny Pickett back then. Not that there's a huge difference between Pickett, Trubisky, or Rudolph really at all. But I just can't back the Steelers again. So I'm going to have to lay it with the Bengals here. I would say Pittsburgh and teasers would be a great leg, but I tried that last week. It wasn't even close. So I'm not going to tease Pittsburgh again. I'm staying away from this game. I'm not betting on Pittsburgh games anymore for the year. Don't have a total play here. Probably the under, because I don't know if Pittsburgh's going to put up many points, but lean Cincy.
I'll take the over just because they've looked okay still without Burrow. I'll take the Bengals too. Talking about being in our bag to start the show. I don't know. I think Wyatt said it perfectly. How do you back the Steelers right now? I mean, what do they do great? Nothing.
Lose games.
Lose games. And that's exactly what we're thinking. Let's move on to the next game. The Bills are going to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. Chargers are 11.5-point home dogs. Over-under set at 44. Guys, we were all on the Chargers in that Raiders game. And then, well, obviously Staley was on the naughty list. But now he's also on the unemployment list. So, I'm going to go back to the well with the Chargers. I know that's probably, I don't want to say many people would be on the Chargers. I think, especially we were talking about when we saw that, we thought that they kind of shipped it in for the season and they were just done. If they still had Staley, I would absolutely be on the side of the Bills. New head coach, you guys just got completely embarrassed on national TV. You guys were the standalone game. I think they come out here and they don't win. I think they could absolutely lose by 10, but at plus 11.5, I'll take the Chargers. Ethan?
Yeah, I didn't realize Brandon Staley and myself had so much in common until you just brought up those 2 lists that we're both on. But I do think I could coach the Chargers better, though. I would just give the ball to Eckler more. And if I was the coach last week, I would be in my fantasy football championship. But I'm not. Yeah. I couldn't have said it much better than you did. I love the Chargers in this game. Loved it more at plus 14 when it opened up on Sunday night. And I looked at it too. I was so close to betting it. I didn't, and it was gone the next morning. But yeah, I still like the 11.5. I'd wait. I think it's going back up. I think this dipped down to 10.5, back to 11.5. I'm even seeing some 12s. So I do think this goes back up, but completely agree. New head coach, completely embarrassed on national television. They're going to come out playing harder in this game. Buffalo's a wagon right now. They're probably going to want to play a little spoiler here, but agreed. I mean, Buffalo's going to win this game, 7-10 points, somewhere in there. They're not going to cover this number, I don't believe. I think the Chargers play hard for their interim head coach here. So too many points. Buffalo wins it. LA covers. Probably goes over the total.
Probably.
All right, I'll get a little naughty. I'll take the Billies. I'll take the Bills. It's completely the wrong side, but I'm rooting very hard for Buffalo. I need Buffalo to win out. I'll mess around with them. The Chargers, it was a clown show last weekend. It was comical that I took the Chargers on the +3, and they were down 42-0 at half. So
they were on some real Nick Sirianni bullshit last week.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to jump back on them. It's 100% the right play. I agree. 14 points was a gift when that's opened. We should have all pounced on that. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a 7-10 to hopefully a 14-point game. I think I'm taking the Bills. Hopefully they'll win by 2 touchdowns, but 11.5 is such a bullshit number. Chargers is definitely the play, but I'll root for my Billies. Usually it's worked the last couple weeks, so hopefully they can pull it out. I'm going to go with the under. I'm going to go like 31-10. We'll go 31-10 Bills under.
Alrighty. The Seahawks are heading to Tennessee to face the Titans. Titans are 2.5-point home dogs. Over-under sit at 42. Ethan, what are we thinking, man?
This game's really tough. Don't know if I can get involved. Honestly, I want to fade both teams. It sucks that they're playing each other, but Seattle off the Monday night win. This looks like it could be a flat spot on the road against Tennessee. But then you get Tennessee off the overtime loss where, I mean, they had that game in the bag. Houston came back, won it in overtime on a late field goal. And now they have Houston on deck in Houston after this. So in the Houston sandwich spot, I'm going to play Seattle. Tennessee's not playing for that much. They're pretty much eliminated from winning that division, basically eliminated from making the playoffs at this point. So I think really all they're going to want to try to do is keep Houston out of winning that division, making the playoffs. So I think there's probably more of a look-ahead spot for them. Seattle, on the other hand, that interception kept them alive to make the postseason. So that was a huge play, huge game for them. They need this win in Tennessee way more than Tennessee does. Again, I would kind of like to fade both teams here, but I think Seattle's the play. They need it way more. I think Tennessee is going to be looking ahead at instant revenge against Houston. So, yeah, I'll lay the short number with Tennessee here.
Oh, boy. I'm going to go Seattle.
Seattle, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say. I'm going to go Seattle on the spread, -2.5 is what I'm seeing. Really just fading the Titans. I think this team sucks. And by the way, how come every freaking time I bet the other team, there's some call that the officials make that obviously we can all see with our own eyes wasn't an interception, which is just bullshit. But anyways, we could talk about officials all day. If you guys haven't seen any of our shows, we like shitting on officials because they're not humans. They're the definition of naughty list. Get them off. Get them a bunch of coal.
Every one of them.
Smear their faces in coal. That's all. Like, they're garbage. Anyways, I just think Seattle's a better team. Kind of hope Drew Lock continues to start. I doubt he will, but Titans are trash. So give me Seattle. I'll take the over. Seems pretty high for a Titans game, 42 points. Seattle's a dead nuts over team, so I'll rock with the over there.
Santa's so confident in this one that he just bought Mrs. Claus a new Versace purse. Because if the Titans don't win out, then Titans under cashes. Titans season win under cashes. You guys know Santa took that before the season even started. Beautiful, man. What happy holidays to everyone. Seahawks, man. We're cashing this week. We're not going to sweat it at all. Man, besides Bills, we've been on the same side for everything. This is truly a Christmas miracle.
This is. I will say, though, we are not squad riding Cincinnati.
No.
Can't do it.
I don't want to squad ride Seattle either, but
No, me either. Mr. Will Levis, if you're watching this, your stocking has a lot to do with this game. It's going to be loaded if they lose, or Santa's naughty list if you win it. So
that's true.
Just know.
That's true. I'll be seeing you later there, buddy.
His girlfriend's on the naughty list, by the way. Whew.
Oh, dude. Dude. Santa made a couple early stops.
Santa's coming!
The Commanders head to New York to face the Jets. Jets are 3-point home favorites. Over-under set at 37. Wyatt, take it away, man. Rodgers and Wilson are both on the naughty list. Just keep that in mind.
I think both these teams' entire rosters are on the naughty list. Yeah, I mean, I'm just on the last 5 on Washington. I'm seeing all 5 losses. I don't know if that keeps continuing if you go down their schedule, but this team sucks. Jets, Jets 30-6 against Houston. Lay a freaking egg against the Dolphins 30-6. So I don't really know in this game. I'm going to risk it, and I think there's a bunch of question marks who's starting for either team. I kind of hope Jacoby Brissett starts. So I'm going to take the Commanders at the +3. I just think it's too many points. I ultimately think the Commanders are the better team. The Jets are dog shit. So even though the Commanders are 4-10, have lost at least 5 in a row, this team's terrible. But I'll take them at the +3, and this has got to be an under game. So give the under 37 points.
This is arguably the most alarming spread of the season to me. You're asking a team who just got shut out to now cover 3 points. I have to take the Jets. Yeah, I mean, both teams suck. Both teams probably bottom 5 in the NFL, which I say that about probably 16 teams. So I don't know who the true bottom 5 are, but there's a lot of bad teams. These are definitely 2 of them. Yeah, I backed Washington last week. They couldn't get it done. I ultimately do probably think Washington's the better team, but yeah, I mean, if they were going to win a game or cover a game, it was going to be off their bye against LA last week. Couldn't get it done. New York showed us that they did have the ability to score 2 weeks ago, even though they got blanked this past week. Yeah, it's just weird to me that New York's the favorite here. I would like to know in history how many times a team has been a bad team, like under 500, has been shut out and then favored the next week. I have to lay it with the Jets just because that line is so weird to me. Under as well. I don't see this game going over.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
No, you know what? Over.
You're going over?
Give me the over. I'm going over.
So I'm on the Jets too. The Jets have a terrible offense, yes. You know who has the worst defense? The Commanders. This is just going to be, like Wyatt said, a disgusting game. Both these teams, terrible. Jets, I think, had a lot more expectations and have a lot more pride going into this game. So I think also with Saleh, I think Saleh's a better coach. I think it matters to them, especially now you guys, I'm sure everybody's seen the graphic, longest playoff drought in the 4 major sports now. The Jets go out and they just win this one. I think they might win it by... They definitely cover the 3. I'm going to say they win by a touchdown just for their pride. But it's still an ugly game.
I will say we could very well have a Chargers-Raiders type of showing where Ron Rivera might get fired at halftime. I'm a little nervous about that.
Sure.
Yes.
He
But
should,
I'm still
man.
going to take the comments. Yeah, he's trash. He's so bad.
Someone needs to tell that guy that the league has moved on and you can't win by coaching like you're playing in 0-2.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that riverboat, I mean, there's like sinking and then whatever that is. Just sitting
The
at the
riverboat
bottom.
has sailed.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, the Colts are heading to Atlanta to face the Falcons. Falcons are 1-point favorites. Over-under set at 44.5. Falcons are favored in this game? Yuck. I think the Colts are the better team. Falcons, I know they have to win this because they've fallen behind in the division. Buccaneers clearly leading. I don't think they get it done. I think the Colts keep moving. I've been on the Colts quite a bit this year. The Colts offense has looked a lot better than the Falcons have. Falcons looked like garbage last week. They looked terrible. Lost to the Panthers. Panthers don't have just one win. That's 2 now. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, why is Atlanta favored? I don't
No
know.
clue.
So I got to take it. Atlanta money line. I'll lay the 1 for the graphic here, but I mean, yeah, both teams are in a dogfight for that division. Both teams have a ton to play for. Atlanta favored off a loss to Carolina. Don't get it. Don't get it at all. No look ahead for either team here. Indy's playing Vegas. Atlanta's playing Chicago. So 2 conference teams, but not division teams. Yeah, I don't understand it. I need Atlanta to win it, to win that division, to maybe somehow have my parlay survive. So give me Atlanta. I don't think I'll bet this game.
Yeah. Why is this team favorited? Give me the Falcons. Also, fuck the Colts. I need them to lose. Also need the Falcons. I need both. If this game could end in a tie, could we do that?
Yeah.
Tie would be great. But yeah, give me the Falcons. Simply, it makes no sense. I don't remember the betting percentages, but I think pretty much everyone and their sisters on the Colts.
Don't blame them.
I'll throw in the over because Indy goes over every single week. It seems like Falcons go under every single week, but I'll go the over, and I'm gonna puke. But Falcons on the spread.
I'm seeing 66% on Atlanta. This came down from +2 to -1.
Well, it's sharp, I guess. I don't know.
What the hell is going on?
There might be someone's out that we don't know.
That's a stay away game.
Yeah, no joke. Can we not put that on the graphic?
Falcons 10, Falcons 10 units.
10 unit max play. Bank clearing.
Whale.
Well, the Packers are heading to Carolina to face the Panthers. Panthers are 5-point home dogs. Over-under set 36.5. Did you guys see that they had like less than 100 people at that game? How are you going to sell tickets for 50 cents? Right. Yeah, exactly. How much money do they make?
You give them 2 quarters, you get change back.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying if 90 people come at 50 cents, what is that? They got like $45 for the whole stadium.
It was a monsoon. I'll give them that, but yeah, not great.
It's like that joke. What is that? You went to a 45-cent concert. It was 50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to break this game down.
Yeah.
This is on me first.
This is you, man.
Okay. Well, I backed Carolina last week. Got me the dub. Wyatt, I know you were on Carolina as well, I saw. That took some balls. I don't know if I can do it 2 weeks in a row, but money is hammering Green Bay, so I think I have to. I think this is just another weird low-scoring game that Green Bay probably pulls off the victory, 3-4 points. Carolina probably covers it. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch what the money does here throughout the week, so don't quote me on it. Don't go betting Carolina right now. Yeah, it's slight lean. Green Bay does have Minnesota on Sunday Night Football next week, so big game there. They have a chance to play spoiler if Minnesota ends up winning this week, so they're going to want to do that, and they're still technically alive for the playoffs. They probably won't make it, but yeah, Carolina just has Jacksonville on deck, so no look ahead. Not that there really is at this point for them, except for playing spoiler in their own division. Yeah, it's got to be Carolina here, unless I got to watch the line throughout the week, but it's got to be Carolina for right now.
Wyatt, real quick. He said it took some balls to take Carolina. Hasn't this man in the last 16 weeks taken Carolina like 14 times?
Yeah, he's got some big old balls.
He got some big old balls on that boy.
Some jingle
balls, baby.
You can quote me, and you can take the bet. Carolina money line, lock it in. Taking the over. Carolina 2 wins in a row. Fuck the Packers. 89% of the money. The line's not moving. Give me Carolina all day on the money line as well.
Oh my God!
To the point.
Carolina money line.
Bryce Young, Rookie of the Year.
I didn't know they gave those out with just singular Week 16 stats. Wow, man.
It's hilarious.
I'm taking the Packers just because I don't think I've taken the Panthers once this year. I'm just going to keep it rolling. It's probably that is probably the squarest play of the week. I don't care. I'm just going to take it. I can't do the
money
Panthers.
maker. That's been the moneymaker. I think they've covered 3 games this year.
Yeah.
They've won 2 of them.
I'm gonna see 1, 2 of them. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Packers. Let's talk the Browns versus the Texans. Texans are 2.5-point home dogs. Over under is set at 40. Wyatt, what are we thinking, man?
Yeah, I mean, Stroud's a question mark. Still, I believe he'll probably play. No one really lasts in concussion protocol or is it shoulder? Is it concussion shoulder? Do we know?
I think concussion.
Stroud? Okay,
At
so
least
he should be back.
I think that's why he went out, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows with that guy? He can't read. I'm going to take the Texans at home plus 2.5. I've kind of been on the Browns quite a bit. I actually really like Flacco, but I don't know. Texans just find a way to win, and it's at home, and they're still in a dogfight for that division as well. So, yeah, I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them on the plus 2.5 I'm seeing. I'll take the under of 47 points. Seems pretty high. Obviously, Cleveland's defense has not been fantastic. I dropped them in fantasy a long time ago. But yeah, I'll take a shot at the home dog and a team that I think is just as good as the Browns. So I'll take the home team. It's probably a little public, but I think the Texans get it done.
Yeah, I just checked quick on Yahoo Fantasy, so it's not a great source by any means, but Stroud is projected 0.00 points this week. So
I think he's
not sure if he's going to be back. Doubtful?
I saw he was doubtful, yeah.
Okay. They had a questionable tag on him, but like I said, so yeah, probably doubtful.
ESPN article.
Okay. Yeah, this game's tough. I think I like Houston quite a bit too, though. Actually, the only reason I would not like Houston is because I typically don't like to play on that new quarterback starting their second game in a row. However, I can't think of his name, but he's had plenty of starts under his belt. So there's film on him. People know him. It's not like some rookie. So I'm going to play it with Houston. Basically more of just a fade on Cleveland here. Cleveland has Thursday Night Football on deck against the Jets. So kind of a quick turnaround. Not that the Jets are a look-ahead opponent, but it is 2 games in a short time here. So they might just be, I guess, kind of looking ahead. Houston, on the other hand, just had that overtime win against Tennessee. They have Tennessee on deck. So I don't think there's going to be a huge look-ahead spot because they just beat Tennessee. They feel like they can beat them again at home this time. And Houston needs every win they can get at this point. Cleveland is in kind of an odd spot. They're basically locked into a playoff spot at this point, but they're too far to win that division. So they're kind of in limbo. If they lose, so be it. Go win the next one. So yeah, I think Houston plus the 2.5 is probably the play at home here. It'll be interesting to see what quarterback comes out for them. I do like Houston in teasers, go up to plus 8.5.
Love that with the teasers. I'm gonna be on the Browns though. Exactly what you were just saying. So Stroud's not gonna be playing, and so now you get that second start. I forget his name.
Davis Mills.
No, I don't think it was Mills.
It
wasn't.
It was. Oh God, he's like a journeyman quarterback. I'm forgetting right now. He's been on the naughty list for a long time. Is it Keenum?
Yeah,
it's Keenum, isn't it?
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Keenum. Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, we've seen Keenum self-implode how many times now. I like that Browns defense to just get back in the groove because I don't think they win big. I think this is a lot like that Chicago game where they won like 20-17. I see it being something very close to that.
I was going to bring that up too. That Cleveland's off an emotional win. I mean, that should have been a loss for them. So
yeah,
squeaked that one out. Santa, we hope you're right because Wyatt and I both need Jacksonville to win that division. So
I hope so too.
I hope you got a crystal ball you're looking into.
I hope so, man. It's a snow globe. It's a snow globe I have. The Lions heading to Minnesota to face the Vikings. Vikings are 3-point home dogs. Over-under set at 47. Wyatt, what are we doing with these Lions? They're live.
Detroit versus everyone. Vikings money line. Vikings plus 3.5. It's one of the worst spots ever for Detroit, I think. A one win and they win the NFC North. The Lions never make it easy. It's never the easy out for the Lions. They will make this as stressful for us and for them as possible. So I think the Vikings are going to win this game. So I'm going to take them at the plus 3.5. I wouldn't mind sprinkling the Vikings on the money line. You can throw the Vikings on a teaser if you wanted to. This game's going to go over. It's going to be a higher scoring game. Terrible spot. Detroit has the Cowboys on deck. They have the Vikings in 2 weeks. And all you need is one win to lock up the NFC North, and they're not going to do it this week. So Vikings plus 3.5, take on the money line if you want.
Yeah, I hate to agree. I am seeing it's Minnesota plus 3 now, which I definitely like the 3.5 more. I think this is a field goal game either way. But yeah, it's got to be Minnesota for me at home in the home dog role. Absolutely. I believe fully this series is split. I think Minnesota gets one, Detroit gets one. So I'm going to take the points with the home team here. I mean, Wyatt said it pretty well. Detroit's going to make it tough on themselves. They're probably going to clinch the playoffs before they clinch the division. Yeah, it probably honestly does come down to the final game of the season, once again against Minnesota. They do have that look-ahead spot against Dallas, which I know it's not a divisional team. They don't play every year, but I feel like it's a bit of a rivalry, Dallas and Detroit, for some reason. I don't know if it's the Thanksgiving thing. I don't know if it's because I've grown up loving Detroit and hating Dallas, and it's just in my head. I'm not really sure, but it just feels like they always play some interesting games, Dallas and Detroit. So I do think it is a bit of a look-ahead spot. Minnesota has to win out to win that division, so Detroit can get a little comfortable, lose one, still be alive. Minnesota, I mean, they're balls to the wall. They have to win. Minnesota does have Green Bay on deck Sunday Night Football, but like I said, they're no spot to have a look-ahead game here. They have to focus on what's in front of them. So I'll take the points with Minnesota at home. Hope Detroit wins it, but like I said, field goal game either way. I do like the over.
Get out the hats and T-shirts, boys. We have an NFC North champion at the end of this game.
First time in my life.
Get out the hat and T-shirts, man. Do you have yours pre-ordered already, Ethan?
I don't.
Oh, get on it.
I would never jinx my team like that.
It's happening, dude. It's happening. It's happening this game right here, man. Congratulations. I'm going to be the first one to say it. I'll say it early. Congratulations to the Lions, man. You guys earned it. I knew it going into the season. The Lions, dude. You guys are winning the division. Didn't I, Ethan?
You did, but you saying that right now scares me.
Yeah, the last time I was this confident was the Bears game.
You basically just stamped that box and sent it over to the kids in Kenya with the Division Champ shirts.
You know what? No worries. I'll deliver it myself. Free delivery. Let's talk about the Jaguars. Head to Tampa Bay to face the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 1-point home favorites. Over-under set 42.5. I believe when I was doing this last night, the Jags were the 1-point favorites. So now it's moved over to the Buccaneers. I kind of think the Buccaneers still win. I kind of think the Buccaneers cover. Jags are the easy pick, I feel like. Jags would be the easy play. Trevor Lawrence, they're trying to win that division. I just feel like the Buccaneers are really sneaky. And I feel like that defense can make life miserable for the Jags players. And Bucs have looked good with Baker and Mike Evans. What do you think, Wyatt? I mean, this is a huge game for you.
Yeah, it is. I need both the Jags and the Bucs to win their respective divisions. I'm going to go Jags because I need the Jags to win more, and I love for the Bucs to beat the Saints next week. So I'm going to take the Jags. Not the smartest bet. Again, this line's moved quite a bit, but I think Jacksonville's going to – actually, I'm just going to bet them. I have no reason. Just betting with my heart. I do really like the over in this game. I think this could be a higher scoring game. Bucs have figured it out with Baker and Mike Evans, and then Jags with hopefully T-Law back. I think they can put up some points as well. So 42.5 seems a little low for me. I can see this game getting in the high 40s, if not the 50s. So I'm going to take the over, and then Jags is an emotional bet.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one caveat here is I'm not sure if Trevor Lawrence is starting. He's in concussion protocol. I know he did not practice today. So I think that's probably why Tampa's favorite at this point. But I'm going to lay it with I'm going to take Jacksonville as well, with or without Trevor Lawrence. Main thing being here, Jacksonville, they're better. They need it. The nice thing for Tampa here is even if they blow this game to Jacksonville, they have New Orleans on deck. Even if New Orleans wins this week, takes the division lead, Tampa's already beaten New Orleans this year, so they can go beat New Orleans next week, regardless of what happens this week between them and New Orleans, and still take that division lead if they beat New Orleans next week. So I think it's a look-ahead spot here for Tampa. Jacksonville absolutely needs it. I believe, are they Houston and Indy all 8-6? I believe
so.
Yeah, I think they're all tied there. So Jacksonville needs this more than ever. It is a road game, but it's in the same state, so it's not a tough travel for Jacksonville at all. I do think Trevor Lawrence will end up playing. I'm hoping he does. If he does, I mean, I like Jacksonville quite a bit. I think they're going to win this game. Like I said, Tampa, they can afford to lose it. Jacksonville can't.
Now we're going to two teams who we've been putting coal in their stockings since before August. We're talking the Cardinals headed to Chicago to face the Bears. Bears are 4-point favorites. Over-under is set at 43, and there's nobody I can send this game to first other than Ethan.
Puke in the mouth, game of the week.
Guessing I'm gonna vomit.
Pass. Just give me the loss on the graphic. Arizona, because I'm not laying it with Chicago. Over.
Chicago, because I'm not laying it with Arizona. Over.
Over Chicago. Because apparently Chicago likes, like Ethan said, they like trading for guys like they're in playoff contention. You see how like crazy Sweat went last week? And you were the first person I thought of. Was like, oh, that's fantastic. Congratulations. It's a meaningless win.
Right. Great. You lead two teams in sacks this year. Like, fantastic. You have fun missing the playoffs for both teams.
Yes. Let's go to a good game. The Cowboys are heading to Miami to face the Dolphins. Dolphins are 1.5-point favorites. Over-under is set at 50. Ethan, I'll let you start with this one too.
Dallas money line all day long. Dallas is by far the superior team in my opinion. Dallas got embarrassed last week against Buffalo. Hate to say it, but I saw it coming. Buffalo was my big play last week. Miami just embarrassed New York 30-0, had a shutout win. So Miami really couldn't have looked any better. Dallas couldn't have looked any worse. I'm sure Tyreek Hill is back for Miami this week. But yeah, I mean, even though this is a road game, Dallas plays a lot better at home than they do on the road. Dallas is way better. Their defense is way better. Miami is yet to be a good team this season. Yeah, I think Dallas rolls in this one. Dallas needs a win to keep up with Philly in that division. Philly gave them a gift, a nice Christmas present on Monday night by losing that game late to Seattle. So I think Dallas takes full advantage here. We knew it was a bad spot against Buffalo. I think this is a much better spot for them. Miami is actually kind of in the tough spot now. They have Baltimore on deck at Baltimore. That game could be for first place in the conference if Miami does end up winning this game and goes and beats Baltimore next week. I don't think they will, though, but I do think they'll be looking ahead. Dallas money line down at Dallas plus 1.5. You know what? I'll go the over. I think Dak finds his way back. Tyreek Hill is going to be back. They're going to put up some points. I think it's probably an offensive shootout, but I do think Dallas ends up winning this game pretty comfortably.
Yeah, let me just tell you the 3 meaningful games Miami's played all year. Talk about a cupcake frickin' schedule. This is a joke of a 10-3 team or whatever they are. Play the Bills, 48-20. Oh, here comes the list. Bills, 48-20. We have the Eagles, 31-17. These are all losses, by the way. Chiefs, 21-7 or 21-14. They played 3 meaningful games with teams that are playoff contentions out of 13 or 14 games. This team is making their living eating off of these disgusting teams, these terrible teams, and their whole slate is this has to be the easiest schedule of my life. They're going to get absolutely shit fucked. Might have to beep that out. They're going to get wrecked by the Cowboys, 31-10. I'm taking the under. I really like the under. I really don't think the Dolphins are going to score over 10 points. I think the Cowboys are just going to absolutely murder them. Love the Cowboys. Taking them on a money line. Taking them whatever you want. Adjust it up to 21 points. I don't care. Cowboys are winning this game. Also need the Dolphins to lose pretty bad. I can't see a world where Miami wins this game. There's no chance in hell. Especially with the Ravens on deck and then the Bills on deck. Good fucking luck, Miami.
Well, I might need to find a fourth bet from a big 3 because we were all riding Cowboys pretty freaking hard, dude. Pretty hard. Wyatt just said everything I did. Who did they beat? Who has Miami beat this year?
Yeah, Jets, Titans, Commanders, Jets, Raiders, Patriots, Panthers, Giants,
Panthers.
Broncos, Patriots again, and then a decent Chargers team at the first game of the year. But we figured out Chargers are frauds.
Yeah. Cowboys, over. I mean, I did that the Johnny Manziel meme when they played the Seahawks and nobody punted. How much defense are we gonna play? 0. Let's talk about the night game. The Patriots heading to Denver to face the Broncos. Broncos are 6.5-point favorites. Over under set at 34.5. Wyatt, what do you think, dude?
Yeah, this is by far my least favorite game. Of course, will have to bet it because it's the Christmas Eve night game. There's no getting around it. You have to place a bet in this.
I'll be busy. I can't watch.
This is my excuse not to go to Christmas Eve church. So I honestly will probably just flip a coin. I have Denver circled, but I think that's pretty popular, pretty square. I like the under. I guess the under is probably the play. 34.5 is the lowest of the weekend. I like taking the lowest total and going under. But honestly, your guess is as good as mine for the winner of the spread on this game. So I'm going to take Denver just for right now. But again, least confident game. I unfortunately will have to bet it because it's the primetime Christmas Eve game.
Yeah, we couldn't have flexed this one out for like Denver or Dallas, Miami.
Right.
Couldn't have done that. Or really any other game out there. Minnesota, Detroit. Look, that could have been a fun one. Yeah, I mean, money's pouring in on Denver. F it. I'm going to lean New England. I just picked that. I was going to do Denver, but I'm leaning New England. And I don't know why. I mean, they have Buffalo on deck. I think they're going to want to ruin Buffalo's chances of making the postseason or winning that division. Denver just had the ugly loss to Detroit. They need this win. They have the Chargers on deck, divisional game, but Chargers are not good. Yeah, I don't know. Low total, points at a premium. Slightly New England. If I bet this game, it'll probably be on Denver. But yeah, I don't know. This game sucks. I don't know what to tell you. Don't take my advice on this game.
Wyatt, quick question. Did I just chug a gallon of eggnog, or did my ears actually hear what I think they heard? Because I'm nauseous from something.
I think it was a little bit of both.
A little bit of both? Okay.
Yeah, I can't tell what's going on underneath that beard and hair.
I can't feel where I start and the beard ends. I'm taking the Broncos also. Broncos have been rolling until they got shellacked last week. Thank you guys for that. Needed that. Yeah, give me the Broncos. Patriots. Oh, it's been an ugly season for them. It's been a lost season for them. This Broncos defense has been playing better. Now you guys get Zappy and a Patriots offense that, I mean, are the 5 best offensive players all the linemen on New England? Like, for real.
They're bad.
It's really bad. Okay, shout out Hunter Henry. I'll give Hunter Henry his props. But besides Hunter Henry, I mean, come on. These guys are terrible.
Bad.
Let's get to the big day.
Really quick, is Bill Belichick confirmed gone after the season? I've seen some posts, but they haven't been like big name people posting it, so I wasn't sure.
Like,
I don't think it's been confirmed.
Is he going to retire?
I heard there was a mutual agreement after one of New England's losses that him and the Patriots were just going to part ways after the season.
Right.
You should just retire. What else does he have to prove?
Right. But if that's true, like, I might line up on New England. He's going to want to win, like, his last game, probably. Not that this is his last game, but I don't know. He wants to go out with a bang. I have no idea if that's true.
What are these little outlets hearing that the NFL isn't? I mean, the NFL literally posts some chick in a Chargers jersey going crazy. Like, they wouldn't post about that. I'm like, I think it's speculation is my thought.
Yeah.
I think one of my elves might have wrote that.
Naughty list.
Naughty list, yeah. Man, they're bad with that clickbait. The Raiders headed to Kansas City to face the Chiefs on Christmas Day. Over-under set at 41. The Raiders gave the Chiefs a present last time they played. They went up 14-0, and then the Chiefs gave them a present back. They won the game 14-0. It was 31-17 at the end. I remember we were texting about it, like, man, these Chiefs stink. Yeah, but it's the Raiders. Let's see what happens. Roll with my Chiefs again, dude. Roll with my Chiefs again. Raiders coming off a huge win. They're feeling good. They just beat a Chargers team that had nothing left in the tank. Now you're coming in against a pissed off Chiefs team at Arrowhead. Give me Kansas City. Wyatt.
Yeah, I usually don't back the Chiefs a whole lot just because I just don't know how I feel about them this year. But I am going to back them at the -10. I think this line's going to continue moving in Kansas City's favor. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets up to 10.5, 11.5. I think a lot of people are also going to look at that Raiders game and 63 to 20 something, and they're going to hammer this over. I actually like the under. I think this is going to be a Kansas City dominating game. I don't think the Raiders are going to get anything going on. Hopefully we can get some weather involved as well. So I'm going to take the under of 41. I'm also seeing a decent amount of sharp money on the under. But yeah, I'm going to take Kansas City at the 10. That line, again, might be moving by the time you're watching this. But yeah, I think Kansas City gets it done, and I think this will be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, I like the under a lot in this game. Kansas City hasn't been able to put up points like they have the past, 5 years. Their defense is much better than it's been in the last 5 years. And then, like you said, Wyatt, Vegas just put up 63. People are going to see that, have an instant reaction to that. No chance they even come close to that. However, I do like Vegas plus the 10 here. No doubt in my mind Kansas City wins this game. But, Kansas City just beat New England by 10 points. I think New England is by far a worse team than the Raiders are, even though that was in New England. This one is in Kansas City. I just don't know if Kansas City is going to feel the need to really give this a max effort. Like you said, Ben, they already spotted them 14 points and then ended up winning the game by 14. I just don't think they're that concerned with this team. They do have Cincy on deck. I know it's not Mahomes Burrow this year, but I do still think that is a big game, especially after all the trash that Cincy fans were talking last year. If it isn't for the organization, I know Mahomes is still looking at that game a little bit.
Yeah.
He wants to just bury Browning. God, if he loses to Browning, he's not going to hear the end of that. So I just don't think he really cares about Vegas. I think it's a get in, get out, low scoring, 7-8 point game here. Like I said, no doubt in my mind, Kansas City wins this game. You could probably, I don't know, there's not a great teaser option for Kansas City. Moneyline parlay, though, somewhere in there. But yeah, I think Vegas hangs around in this one.
I'm actually going with the over. I don't think I said that. I'm going with the over, and I think there might be some defensive scores here. Also, when was a time that a team scored 60, which that never happens just to begin with, but scored 60, goes into the very next week, and is a 10-point dog? Like, that's crazy.
Right.
The Giants are heading to Philadelphia to face the Eagles. Eagles are 12-point home favorites. Over-under set at 42.5. Now, Wyatt, besides just being an absolute clown show in Philadelphia, they're not winning games. They just lost to Seattle. Now they're in a divisional game, and they're 12-point favorites.
Yeah, I hate it. The clown show is absolutely what's going on in Philly, but I do think they're gonna cover the 12. That's too many points. I was expecting. It's a divisional game. I know they play. I think they finished with the Giants too, so they haven't played the Giants yet. They finished with the last game of the season, I believe. But it just seems like a lot of points, and I was expecting this to be like 9.5, 10. The 12 is pretty high. I'm not sure what the line movement has been on this game. I'm gonna take Philly, and I don't love it, but at some point they're gonna come back in an explosive way to remind us that, hey, we are still a Super Bowl contender, and I still think they are, as much of a clown show as they are. They're still a really good squad when they. I don't know. I don't even know if that's true. I think I was just talking. Don't think that's true, but yeah, I'm gonna take them on the spread. I'm gonna take the over as well at 42.5. I don't even think the Giants might even. I don't even know if they're gonna score. So I'll take the over because Vegas definitely thinks they are, and there's no way Philly scores 42 points. So I'm gonna take the over and Philly. And just not a huge fan of this game, but Philly's gonna bounce back one of these games, right? San Fran did after a 3-game skid. So why can't Philly?
Yeah, Philly's winning this game, absolutely, but I'll take the Giants plus the points. I've been saying it almost all season. Philly's not good. They're just really not that good of a team. Everyone's going to be lining up to bet Philly this week because why wouldn't they? 3-game losing streak. They finally get a cupcake. at home. They're going to go in. They're going to win this game. But, I mean, public's out flowing on Philly, thinking they're just going to blow the Giants out of the water. Giants were in a look-ahead spot last week. I'm kicking myself still for not betting on New Orleans. The classic look-ahead. The Giants have had, not that this is really prime time, but Christmas Day standalone game. They've had a ton of standalone games this year. They've gotten blown out by Dallas a couple times. A couple other blowouts, and they've had some wins in there. Played Buffalo really close. So, or did they beat Buffalo? No, I think they just played them close. Yeah, I mean, I think the Giants are pretty aware that they don't want to get blown out yet again in a standalone game. And I just don't think Philly is that good. I really don't. So I think it's too many points. I think Philly wins the game. Absolutely. No chance I would take the Giants on the money line, but yeah, I don't know what to do with this total. I guess I would lean under if I'm leaning the Giants, but yeah, I'll say it again. Philly's not that good.
I'll lean the under, and I'll take the Eagles. I think that the Eagles did win that Bills game. Hurts had that overtime touchdown run, which
I was talking Giants, but yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. The how many wins would they have if the tush push was if they just cut it, dude? How many 1-yard touchdowns is Hurts gonna get this season? A billion.
I'm kicking myself. I took Swift to score. When was that? Monday night.
Yeah.
It was never Swift.
He went down at the 1. He went down
twice.
At the 1.
He went down at the 1.
Yes.
Yeah. The first touchdown as well.
And
then they go down to, even if he goes down to 2, they push from 3 yards in.
Yes.
There's no shot. Great.
Yeah.
It's a great play, but I don't know how you stop it.
Mm-mm.
But yeah.
I could see this game being like 28-7. So I think it's going to be lower scoring on both sides, but I think the Eagles get it done. What were you thinking, Ethan?
Yeah, I mean, God, I'm such a Philly hater. Bengals fans rejoice. Philly's taking all my heat this year, but they get outplayed every game. Like, they've maybe outplayed like 3 teams this year. It's just mind blowing.
Also, I can't believe I bet in favor of Dan Patricia. I'm a freaking idiot.
Oh my gosh!
Talk about a clown show. Has he always been the DC?
No, that was his first game.
What was he on what was he before? Just like a linebackers coach or something?
Something.
Probably the D-backs coach that they've been playing.
I saw something that was like, oh, look, Matt Patricia keeps the Lions from locking up a playoff spot. It's like he never left.
I saw another thing is like, I don't even know what it was, but they went 78 yards on that final drive to score. And he's like, all right, Dan, you got 78 yards. Just don't let him score. You got 1:20 left. He's like, all right, no problem. Hold my beer. That was the worst drive I've seen in my life. What were they doing?
Every catch won against James Bradbury. Did you guys see that?
I didn't notice it. No.
Everyone.
Like some freaking prevent.
Pain,
God,
dude.
Freaking Patricia, man. I don't know how people have jobs.
No.
Blows my mind. That guy's a moron.
Yeah.
You know some people that do deserve jobs? This fantastic game to close out Christmas. The Ravens head to San Francisco to face the 49ers. 49ers are 5-point home favorites. Over-under is set at 47. Fantastic game. Ethan, round us out here.
I like Baltimore quite a bit in this game. San Fran doesn't care. San Fran's the 1 seed. Technically, they're still alive to not be, but they are. They're going to win against Washington. They're going to close out the year with a win against the Rams if they have to. If they beat Baltimore, then they probably don't have to. But, yeah, I think Baltimore, they need this. This, to me, looks like the perfect Baltimore wins regular season. This could very well be the Super Bowl matchup. Niners come back and destroy them in the Super Bowl. I just think Baltimore cares a little bit more. It's in San Francisco, which worries me. I did see a stat, too. Lamar Jackson, as a dog, is like 11-2 against the spread in his career in an underdog role. Yeah, I just think 5 points, probably too many, maybe a field goal game. I think Baltimore probably finds a way to win this one outright, though. Yeah, I like Baltimore. I like I'd probably go over. I think both teams kind of have a shootout here on Christmas. Yeah, but the only thing that does worry me is Baltimore does have that game against Miami on deck, so kind of for that first first overall seed in the AFC. But I think Miami loses this week. I think Baltimore, they'll know if Miami wins or loses by the time this game kicks off. So if Miami loses, they won't be playing with as much urgency. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of talked myself onto San Fran there. But I like Baltimore. Give me Baltimore with the points. Not sure about the money line.
Yeah, a lot of points. 5 points from San Fran. I know they're at home. I know they're probably the better team. No, Baltimore, I don't know. Baltimore's good. So I'm going to go Baltimore as well at the +5. Not sure where this money's at, but I feel like this is going to be a 3-point game, possibly a 4-point game. So I'll take them at the +5. I think that's safe. I'm also, just for shits and giggles, Christmas Day after a full meal and presents and socks and whatnot that I don't really need, but I got. I'll go with the over. Just it's something to root for at night. It's extremely square. I'm seeing like 80% of the bets are on this over. But I mean, who doesn't want a San Fran Baltimore Christmas Day night over? I mean, give me that all day. So dumb bet, but I'll take the over. And then I think Baltimore's going to cover.
I'm going to go under, and I'm going to go with the Niners. I'm going the complete opposite direction. I think it's going to be an ugly game. We're looking at the number 1 and number 2 defense and points allowed per game. I like the Niners' offensive weapons way more than I like the Ravens. Like, McCaffrey has been insane this year. You're looking at the Niners receiving options versus the Ravens receiving options. That's laughable. Niners do that to most teams in the league, so that's nothing on the Ravens. I'm not a big Ravens believer. I know we've been talking about that a little bit. Give me the Niners. You guys ready to hit? We were in lockstep for most of them. We're in the Christmas spirit. How about squad ride? Cowboys, right? Can we just say Cowboys?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Cowboys, money line.
Money line them.
Wyatt, start us off with the big 3.
Oh boy. I'm going to go Carolina at the +5. I'm going to go Dallas, Miami under 50. And I'm going to go Raiders, Chiefs under 41.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Minnesota +3. Let me check. So there's still 3.5 hanging around. I'll check after the show. If there's a 3.5, I'd much rather have the 3.5. I also like Carolina. I will go different though. I'll take Chargers plus the 11.5. I'm gonna take Baltimore plus the 5.
So boys, we have an issue. I've got Chiefs and Raiders over, Cowboys and Dolphins over. Then I got a teaser. I love it because I got Chargers plus 17.5. You guys win by more than 2 touchdowns and field goal. And I'm going the Ravens plus 11. Guys, if you want the full Better and Green experience, you have to go over to bettergreen.com. Read some of our articles over there. We've posted almost 200 articles, and we just started around football season, guys. So that's a crazy amount of sports, entertainment, and betting education content for you guys. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Also, we reached that 500 mark. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you guys very much. Yes, sir. Ring those bells. There's jingle bells all over here. We are raising money for St. Jude. I believe that has brought us up into the 40s. And guys, considering downloading the Sharps app. It's a free app. It's a free social media for sports bettors. We're over there. You can see where we're putting our money for plays in all the sports. So follow us over on Sharps. That's SHRPZ. Use code BET269. That's BET, B-E-T-T, 2 T's, 269. And Ethan, I have my reindeer, but I need more friends. Where should I go?
Yeah, Santa. Head over to BainbridgeLabradoodles.com. You might already be heading over there. If we have some orders, you got to pick up your presents on your way to make your rounds. BainbridgeLabradoodles.com. They are Australian Labradoodle breeders. Tell them we sent you. Save 10% on a puppy today. Obviously, Christmas right around the corner. No better time to start looking for a family pet. Wyatt, I know you and yours are have a dog on the way here. So, yeah, just a really nice time to start looking. Australian Labradoodles, hypoallergenic, non-shedding, just a really nice family pet. BainbridgeLabradoodles.com. Tell them you were sent there by Better and Green. Save 10% on a puppy.
Why? Congratulations on the dog, buddy. Am I bringing him down?
Yeah, he's gonna get here in January, so he's a
Oh.
little too young to get him home. But I will make sure he will make a couple guest appearances. I'm also gonna make him his own TikTok account, so make sure you guys follow Bubba the Brick is gonna be his name.
Dude, let's go. You guys look forward to that. That's another reason to subscribe. You guys get that content too. I know it's almost Christmas time, but it's not quite Christmas time. What time is it?
It is time to throw some hands with some OnlyHands.
He needs some milk.
However, it's the giving holiday. You know, it's the giving time of year. We don't want to throw hands this week.
No.
This week we want to talk about some things that we're proud of, we're thankful for, and we're just happy about with our little company, our little show here, Better and Green. Our order today: Wyatt, Ethan, Ben, and Santa. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is really just anything related to Better and Green, right?
All Better and Green. Anything.
You say I start?
You start. We're doing 4.
Doing 4 things. Well, first of all, I'm very thankful that I am doing the show with you two. I have enjoyed the friendship that we've built. I've enjoyed the community that we've built as well. Thank you to all of our subscribers. We really appreciate you guys all the time, but I do appreciate you too, Ethan and Ben. Yeah, I will start with my list. One of my favorite things about Better and Green is actually kind of cliche, but our logo has to be one of the iciest logos in all of podcast logos. Better and Green. It's in the flag in the background. I mean, there's so much going on there. You got it's an arrow going up. It's a G mixed into that arrow. You got better as in TTOR, like we're betting. And then obviously life's better and green. So goes under the radar how good our logo is.
The acronym BIG too is
Big.
phenomenal.
The arrows
Yup.
are a B. Arrows
Yup.
are a B.
Oh shit.
The initial concept was at the top of the top
They
left
really are.
was a white dot to be BIG. Like the full line on the left.
Wow. You learn something new every day about the logo.
It gets better, man.
I just got that much better. Well, I'm going to be a sap and a cliche guy for sure with my first pick, but it's got to be the fans and the followers, honestly, for me. 500 on YouTube, 2,386 on Instagram, 287 on Twitter, and all the countless others, Facebook, TikTok, and just everyone that, gives us a like on social media, adds the comments on some of the more viral posts that we've had, and just follows along, watches the videos, who have yet to subscribe or like or comment. We ask you that you please do, but we thank you anyway for just viewing our content. Honestly, I mean, guys, if we had 0 subscribers, like 0 interaction, this would be extremely tough to do every single day. No doubt about it. So it's really the reason why we put so much time into this, so much effort. Could not do it without any support from fans and listeners and watchers. So really, it's cliche, it's sappy, but we wouldn't be here without them. So
That's a great segue into the next one. So it would be hard to do it without any subscribers, any followers, any interaction. But at 1 year in, we're still not paid. We're not monetized yet, but we're still doing it. We're posting every single day, or not every single day, but every single week. Every Thursday we're out there. Every Monday we're out there. So my number 1 is our dedication to Big and our posting consistency. Like, we don't miss. Like, we give you guys extra memes and recaps and all this other stuff throughout the week. But if you're subscribed to us, every Thursday you're getting a video with us. Every Monday you're getting a live with us. You want to chat, come in to the live. We welcome everybody. So thank you guys for setting aside time. You're not paid for it, just to get on and try to win people some money. Listen in and cash out.
absolutely.
I think my next one, God, I have a lot here. I'm going to say getting the website up and working. Actually having a landing page for Big, for us to post articles. You can throw stuff like it. You can copy and paste and put it on Facebook, but having a landing page to go to for articles, for anything that you want, for our contest, to learn about us. I mean, we got stuff just about us on the website. The store, I'm pretty proud of what we built over there.
For sure.
Absolutely. That's also a good segue into my next one. Again, a little bit sappy, a little cliche, but yeah, I'm gonna say you two and the work that you guys constantly put in. I mean, point blank, you do 100% of the editing. The graphics are mostly you guys, Ben mostly for both editing and graphics. But I don't have any skills in that. It's just not something that I do very well. I don't have the access to the editing. So, I mean, truly without you guys, there's no chance I could be doing any of this. And then you both work consistently, extremely hard at it, never take a day off. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I truly could not be doing any of this. Couldn't be getting any of the TikTok without you, Wyatt. Yeah, none of the graphics and the editing for this intentional lounging show, Ben, without you. Wyatt obviously doing the editing for the basketball and the college football. So I am completely hands off. For people that didn't know that, I do not do any of the editing. Don't even know where to begin with that. These two do all of it. So again, couldn't be doing it without you two.
We appreciate you too.
You're the brains of the crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to say good looks, but Santa's got it over there.
They call me Sexy Red for a reason.
All right, I am up. I'm going to go to one thing that I've really enjoyed about Better in Green that I can look forward to every Tuesday during the regular season of the NFL, and that is the NFL recap videos. If you guys are not checking those out, they're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Ben does a fantastic job recapping every single NFL game in a funny meme, usually slightly inappropriate version, but it definitely makes me laugh every single time. So I look forward to that every Tuesday. If you guys haven't checked this Tuesday's one out, this week I think might be my favorite one of the year. Just a great thing that Ben started doing completely on his own that really lightens my day, makes me laugh, and just very well done. So that's what I really enjoyed that content. And second, I like our passion. We're very passionate about what we do. We're very passionate about sports. More importantly, though, where I'm going to this, I think we're very passionate about our own sports teams. So I think that brings out not only terrible bets, but just good rivalry, good. We're just enthusiastic about our team. So my number 3, to shorten it up, just our fandom for our sports teams.
Okay, my next one. I am proud of the way we've expanded, really, since football season has taken off with all the separate individual shows that we have. When we first started Better in Green, this is kind of my vision of where I saw this going, was multiple shows talking about multiple different sports. Just this summer we were doing the live every Monday, and then we were doing a show about football every Thursday. Last year we were just doing the football show every Thursday. So I've loved that, now we have the college basketball show, college football show every week, MMA or UFC show every week. And that's just going to keep going. I know once football calms down, we're probably going to start getting into the NHL a little bit. Might even add a little NBA in there. We'll see. Baseball is going to be its own thing in the summer, but yeah, I mean, I'm proud of that. It reaches out to individual viewers. If we have someone who only likes MMA, they don't have to view the football show. They don't have to get in on the live. Don't have to watch college basketball. They can just view the MMA show and get their content just from a show completely directed towards their interests. So really proud of the shows that we're doing. Still young in each of those, but yeah, it's been a fun process.
Well, I didn't think I would get sniped in this draft, but sure enough, there it is. Great pick, dude. Great pick, dude. I really enjoyed, kind of like Wyatt was talking about the memes, I really enjoyed our expansion teams. I really enjoyed those. Like, making them was fun. Doing them, talking through them with you guys was fun. Those lives are my favorite lives. I mean, the ones that we have guests to, like those are also my favorite, but I really enjoyed the creativity we were able to flex with those. And just the participation that those had too. We probably got the most feedback on the expansion videos versus any of the other videos.
Right.
Yep.
That was great. Then I guess my fourth one, I got quite a few of them. We can do honorable mention when we're done, if you guys have any left over too. Mine's to Ethan and Allie for running the store for us. We would not have merch without those two. So Allie, she works behind the scenes. Ethan, I know you probably help her get those packages out and everything. So, you might not be able to edit, but we don't have merch without you guys. And so thank you guys for doing that. I'm thankful for you guys. That's number 4 for me.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, let's see here. Yeah, I have a few left as well. Some of mine kind of overlap. I guess my fourth one, it's kind of going back to you guys, but kind of just the comedic relief that I think this show brings. It's not only sports. Like, I feel like it is entertaining. It's enjoyable. This past summer, I was obviously working concrete. Didn't always have the most joyous days. Wasn't always the happiest, but I always looked forward to hopping on here with you two. I still think back constantly to multiple funny things in this show. The egg, for one. I still watch that video. I think it's absolutely hilarious. The inconsequential, just things that will be ingrained in my head forever that I still look back on. I still laugh about. And yeah, it's really just when some of my days weren't going so well, I always look forward to hopping on here, hanging out with you guys. Something funny was always bound to come up. So I think it's a really good, informative show, but it's also, you get to know us. You get some comedic relief in your life too. So yeah, that's got to be number 4 for me.
Yeah, well, that kind of took my last one. So I'll keep it, but kind of twist my words on it. I would just say like our relationships that we have built, the camaraderie, the messing around and talking. Like, I work at home. This is trying to be my full-time job, and I don't really talk to a whole lot of people, and it gets pretty boring just talking to yourself. So I enjoy like the pre-show, obviously during the show, but the pre-show and after show as well. Us just shooting the shit. I did have the egg puke on there because, again, I watched that episode multiple times. I'm looking at my keyboard right now. It's still all effed up from spilling a whole egg yolk on it. Have to use this portable keyboard because my laptop one is literally, it's stuck. But yeah, just joking around with you guys. We've really become friends. And again, I don't really talk to a whole lot of people. I know we're not in person, but it is nice to talk to, and I consider you guys like coworkers, friends. So the camaraderie, the brotherhood, the comic relief, like Ethan just said, kind of all encompassed into one final one for me.
Absolutely. We want this relationship with you guys too. We want you guys reaching out, commenting on our videos. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like, because we want to take your guys' criticism and make Better and Green what you want. We like doing it, and we have formats for the way we do things, but the number one goal for us is to make something that you guys enjoy. I have a couple honorable mention I'll just throw in real quick. Our theme song.
God damn it, that's what I had.
Our theme song, I love it. If you go back to, I think, the first 5 episodes, it's a different song. It starts with something completely different. You guys will see it. I'm going to try to put out a little 5-minute video 5 minutes before the award show drops. And it's going to be like a informative education, I don't know, like a fun little thing leading up to it. So you guys have a little bit of build up to the episode. Also remember that, guys, award show, December 29th. But it just feels so odd watching our, it's the same video, but the music's different. And so it's just really weird. And then my next one, I can't touch my phone with these gloves. God dang it. Oh, Wyatt joining us. We started, me, Ethan, Zach, and we great friends with Zach, but he had to go his different way. And I remember I would always watch Ethan's show, and I enjoyed it. Wyatt, I thought you were hilarious, man. I loved your TikToks before you joined, and it was one of those things. I said, I don't want to bring on too many people because I don't want to make the mistake of trying to find something for everybody and it just not working. I want to keep putting out quality, consistent content. And I mean, you can, literally there's an episode with the original 3 and then the episode with you in it. And it's like, I mean, it's just, we just kept going. Like nothing happened. It feels like you've been here from the beginning, man. I'm happy that you decided to join us.
I'm happy you let me. It's been a blast. I've enjoyed it every second.
Absolutely. Anybody have anything else?
Yeah, that's another decent segue into one of mine. I have the guests written down, which kind of is the fans as well. But I'll include Zach in that as well. I mean, obviously started with Zach, and he was a big part of our initial growth. So, yeah, shout out to Zach if he still watches us. Which it would be interesting to reach out and see if he wanted to be a guest sometime. Mm-hmm. Probably not the rest of this year since we're just going to shit on the Dolphins the rest of the year. So maybe next season. But yeah, Caitlin, Noel, Aaron, Bobby, been great. Bobby obviously doing a lot of work. Noel's writing the articles for us right now. Those two especially have stepped up and really helped us. So got to be them.
Absolutely.
Don't have to talk about this much more because I kind of did with every point, but the friendship that the three of us have built for sure, the commitment, and then ultimately the growth that we've seen. Wyatt and I were talking when we were filming earlier today, how it's just crazy to look back at videos from like 3-4 months ago and see that we had like 250 subs.
Right.
And we've doubled that in like since July.
Right.
So it's just cool to see.
It is, man. Like as people who are like reaching these milestones, little stuff means so much to us still. Looking back just a couple months ago, we're like, man, if we could hit 500 like by Christmas, we actually started off saying if we could hit 500 by the end of football season.
Right.
You guys remember that? And then we're like, man, the way we're growing right now, like if we could hit 500 by Christmas, like that would be an awesome Christmas gift. So like hitting 500 and even before Christmas and maybe getting up a little bit even more before then, like that means a lot to us. And so thank you everybody that's subscribed. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, but this is from the past, please come and join us. It doesn't matter where we are. Join us along the way. Grow with us.
Absolutely.
For sure.
All right, guys. Well, Merry Christmas to you all. Happy New Year. There will not be lives the next 2 weeks because you guys should be enjoying some time with your family, okay? Leave the sports betting down for one day. I know you won't, but I have to say it for legal purposes. Merry Christmas,
Absolutely not.
everybody.
You're a quitter.
I'm not addicted to gambling. I've gambled every day for 20 years, and I shake when I don't gamble. I'd be addicted by now.
Good God.
That is a passion.
That's a passion, yeah. Look it up, bud.
Speaking of, it's like my family always asks me, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out how to say DraftKings gift card without really saying
Is that a thing?
Should be if it's not. Or just like, I don't know, money.
I don't know, yeah. I keep put $100 on the Wolverines to beat Bama.
Right.
DK crowns?
Yeah.
It's like, whatever you get me, can I have the receipt, please?
Can I get some in-app tokens, please?
Maybe some sweat-free parlays while you're at it.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you for watching. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top, hey. Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. Better in Green.